Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. We are sitting in the breakfast room, also known as the wine room, at Castle Creek Manor, a beautiful bed and breakfast in Grand Junction, Colorado. And Grand Junction, we just learned from Brenda Greene, who's sitting with us. We're sitting in her home. And it's called Grand Junction because it is where the Colorado and the Gunnison rivers meet.
Correct.
Did they have wine?
Back then, no.
But we are also in the heart of Colorado's wine country, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And they refer to the area as the Grand Valley, which incorporates everything from like Fruta and from one end to Palisade the other end. So we call the whole area Grand Valley.
And this is Colorado's wine country, this whole region?
Yes, this whole region. And it goes a little far south.
Okay.
You'll see a bunch of wineries.
Oh, good. So on our way to Florence,
we should find some.
We won't be desperate.
You won't be desperate for a drink.
So what are we drinking right now?
Right now, you're enjoying the Renquin, which is from Carlson Vineyard over in Palisade.
Okay. So we've been drinking Carlson when we got here yesterday.
Yes.
The Cab Franc.
Yes, we had the Cab Franc yesterday. Franc.
I enjoyed Franc very much. Also, their rosé was pretty good too.
Yeah, we did have some rosé. I forgot.
Yeah, we had
that
really good. We did quite good, but you were serving all your guests. But this is something I think is great about being here because you can't do tastings in the wineries as of yet, right?
Right.
Okay.
So it's nice that being part of the bed and breakfast when you stay here as a compliment to your stay, I get to serve some wines that I choose.
Very nice.
From the valley that I like.
And she knows wine, and she knows how to cook because we got to make. We got to make 2 cooking videos with you.
Yes.
I mean, we're pretty fast. I mean, we've been here now 24 hours, right?
Exactly.
We got 2 videos done with wine. One with coffee.
Yes, coffee this morning.
Yes, we did your raspberry scones.
Yes.
Raspberry almonds.
Raspberry almond scones.
Yes.
Yep.
And your quiche.
Yes.
Because it's quiche Lorraine Day, but we didn't.
But it was vegetarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, and you can serve that with mimosas.
Yes, we had that with mimosas. That's another thing too.
Did you have mimosas once we left?
I had a little bit.
I knew it. I drove off. See, we had to get to the Colorado. We were very good. We went to the Colorado National Monument today, but we did have our Portofino moment after we did the Rim Trail drive.
Okay.
And because you
should be driving it.
No. But we just had a little sip. It was really, really beautiful. You said it was like the mini Grand Canyon, and it really. Honestly, it should be a national park status. I think above monument status, personally.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
And there's flowers and the views. Oh my gosh, the views, the geology. If you're into geology and it's like the iconic Southwest.
Yeah, and it's nice because they have so many pull-offs that you can stop and take a look and take some hikes.
Well, it's kind of like Monument Valley in a way. And it kind of has that whole vibe, but that's this whole Colorado plateau that we're in.
Yeah, the high desert.
Yeah, and you're not far from Moab either.
Correct.
So
90 minutes.
Do you get a lot of people coming here from Moab and that are doing that loop?
We get a lot of people from Moab, but a lot of people from Salt Lake City that just come over here. It's 90 minutes.
Wow.
From Moab, and it's 4 hours to Salt Lake.
Okay.
So people that were wanting a little bit of an excursion from the west of us, they come over here.
And what about Denver? Did people from Denver come up here for wine?
It's about 4 hours the other way. So we're in this beautiful little halfway spot.
That's cool.
Yeah, so a lot of people that are on the Denver metro area or on the Eastern Plains will stop off here if they're heading out to Moab for the Arches and the other parks over there. It's a good little stopping point.
Now, you and Rob moved here from Denver area, right? Kind of recently.
Yeah.
And I know this has been one of your dreams to own a bed and breakfast, but you changed the name to Manor, and you're the Lord and Lordess of the Manor.
Yes, we are.
Such a thing as a Lordess?
To the manor born.
To the manor have wine, but, the rooms, spacious, comfy,
really big,
tasteful. Yeah, very airy, light, and your internet rocks.
It's really good.
Yes.
Yay.
We have the best internet.
Yes, you do.
And yeah, the rooms are 500 square feet each, and so they have their own personal private entrances, which is kind of unusual for a lot of bed and breakfasts, and they have their own private large bathroom. They're 5-piece bathrooms.
With a jacuzzi tub.
Jacuzzi tub. You gotta fill it, then turn the jets on.
Ooh.
And grab your wine.
Oh yeah, see, and then wine brought you here. This is how you discovered the area with wine.
Yes.
Okay, so we
20 years ago.
So 20 years ago.
That's when I first discovered this area.
Wow.
My sister had lived here and come over here, and then it's like, wait, what's this? They grow grapes, and they also make wine.
Wow. And there's festival, like a wine festival here?
Yes, and I've been coming religiously probably going on 10 years to the wine festival. And so when my husband and I got together, I started having him come. And he fell in love with it over here. So we had talked about retiring here at some point. And it happened a lot quicker when we stayed at this very bed and breakfast last September and found out it was for sale. So we quickly put the wheels in motion, and everything fell into place. It was meant to be, and here we are.
And then you moved here, and he found himself a mistress.
Yes. That's a hidden gem.
Yes.
His mistress is a hidden gem with a big G.
Oh, good. Do we want to explain this or not?
Yes.
Explain the G.
Her name. The Mistress G is golf.
Yes.
So we have some amazing golf courses over here on the western slope. Redlands Mesa. We have Lincoln Park, where my husband currently is doing some of his golfing in the afternoons because it's not too expensive. Then we have some other private clubs around too. So he absolutely loves all the golf around here.
And so he goes out and gets golfing. Now, the golf is a big deal because he was saying yesterday that it's like kind of this competitive thing going between there and Broadmoor and Colorado Springs. I mean, here in Broadmoor.
I'm not sure which golf course he was talking about in Colorado Springs, but it is
the Broadmoor.
Is that the Broadmoor?
The Broad.
I know what he was talking about, like the number one ranked and the second ranked.
Okay.
So Redlands Mesa and the Broadmoor, they kind of switch off every so often about which one's number one. So there's a little bit of competition.
So this is like a prime golfing destination for the state.
Yes. And you can't miss the views. Like if you were to drive up to Redlands Mesa and go through that golf course and the beautiful neighborhood that surrounds it, it is amazing.
Is that where we ended up when we went through? And I have to tell everybody, you are right outside the national park. I mean, unit, right outside Colorado National Monument.
7 minutes.
7 minutes, easy to get. You go over the Colorado River and then into the monument, and as soon as you hit the monument, you're going to be like, dude, this is so cool.
Amazing.
So you do this rim trail drive, which is like 26 miles, 29 miles?
20, I thought it was 23, but
I don't know. But it is winding. It is called the rim trail for a very good reason. If you're squeamish, maybe somebody else should drive, but the views are incredible.
Yeah.
But we did that, and you get to go through tunnels.
Yeah, I love the tunnels.
There's a few tunnels.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fun for some reason. We're like, tunnel! Let's get through.
Isn't that weird?
But when we came out, it was like near Fruta, but it also, I saw signs for Redlands, and it was really like this idyllic la-di-da neighborhood, too.
It totally is the la-di-da neighborhood.
It is.
You picked that right.
Yeah? So is that Redlands?
It's over there,
Yeah. Okay, because that was la-di-da, very lovely.
And then beautiful.
Easy to come right back here. All of a sudden, you're right back on the same road.
Right.
So downtown is like real close, too, I noticed.
It's fantastic. It's like 5 minutes away. And we have art on the corner. There's like 100 different sculptures, pieces of artwork up and down the Main Street area. Just celebrate the art in our area. It's just very, very diverse, and it's neat to see all the different pieces of art down there. And the shops. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, so a lot of boutiques?
A lot of boutiques, shops,
galleries,
restaurants.
Breweries?
And a couple breweries. Yes. Okay. And a really good Irish pub down there. Yes. Ghost Tavern.
That sounds like fun.
Ghost Tavern. Yep.
Okay, so there's breweries. Is there distilleries in this area?
There is a distillery over in Palisade.
That's right. There is a distillery there.
And they are at Peach Street.
And Palisade is like really a hop, skip, and a jump.
It totally is.
I know. I'm calling you. I'm like, okay, we're on our way from Palisade, and I'm like, didn't I just get off the phone? We're here. Yeah, that was so. It's really because as we were driving back, I saw Mount Garfield, and I'm like, wait. are we back in Palisade and your real?
It's really funny when you come from a big metro area like we did with Denver, and it takes you a long time to get anywhere, and then being here, and you become a little acclimatized, and then you're like, oh gosh, I have to drive all the way to Palisade? It's like 10 minutes, like not even 10 minutes. But you get kind of accustomed to be just in your little spot.
Yeah. So do people from Denver come here to kind of get away from the city? Because it sounds like Denver is like growing and busting at the seams.
It really is. There's a huge influx of people, tons of projects and growth, and it's just really, it's starting to get hard to navigate around because the infrastructure wasn't designed for how fast they're growing.
And so they get snow there. What about here? What's the weather like?
It's very mild compared to on the eastern slope. So our last measurable snowfall was January 26th, and we had what we call a skiff. It was less than an inch. So you can actually sweep it off your porch.
Well, that's easy. Oh no, I was following you guys on Instagram when we first heard about you, and I'm like, Rob and Brenda are having a lot of fun.
Yes.
There's always a wine glass, and then there was wine glass and snow. And but you're out, okay, so you know the rooms, okay, you have the outdoor area.
Well, it's beautiful back there.
Yeah, and you've got this lovely creek and the beautiful gazebo and sitting areas and
the ducks.
We stood out there for a while last night. We had cocktails. We were bad girls.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's bad. I think that's appropriate.
But we did see your ducks. At least I got to see your duck.
Yes. Oh, our little duck family is so cute.
I only saw one.
Did you see the
I didn't see the duck. No, I'm jealous.
No, the male mallard duck that I saw.
Well, there's a little duckling in there, and he's like fighting for his life against the current in the little creek.
Aww.
But he gets across. It's really cute to watch him.
No, I've been seeing him. I'll have to go sit out there.
The wildlife that attracts, that creek attracts a lot of wildlife.
That's cool.
So, but yeah, our deck is about 1,200 square feet back on the first level, and another few hundred upstairs, and so
very comfy.
How many rooms do you have in total?
we have 5 luxury suites.
Okay. So they are. I mean, it's spacious again, and it's like, especially if you're not the only one in the room, it's going to give you privacy and space, and you can work. You have tables so people can sit and work. So you get a lot of people that are business travelers, because most business travelers tend to do the corporate, you know, the brand hotels. But I think this is
good,
especially if you're traveling alone as a woman.
I prefer this.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see an increase in the business travelers because we're pretty close to the other hotels, and I think what attracts us is the privacy and the small and mom and pop shop kind of thing, and so
it's different than staying in a bed and breakfast.
Much more quiet than a hotel.
Yeah, very quiet.
You know, if you're working.
And you have a fridge and a microwave.
Yes,
which is very good.
And you also, in every room, there's robes and little slippers for you to enjoy the 2-person jacuzzi tub in every room. Oh, and the fireplace. We have
fireplaces. So let's go through the rooms, because you've got the monument, and that's all
for the celebration of the monument.
And it's so, I love it that it's not over cluttered with stuff.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's very simplistic.
It is, and that's where you can breathe and relax. And you were saying this, especially now during this weird time of COVID travel. When you're traveling, you make sure everything's clean, disinfected, everybody can wear masks, not wear whatever they want to do, right?
Right.
There's kind of a balance, because you don't have cases here.
Yeah, the 53 cases we have all recovered, no fatalities, and no one currently hospitalized.
Okay, so this is one of those clean areas to come to.
Yeah, very safe.
But you were saying also, one of the good things is that each unit has its own unit when it comes to each room, I should say, guest suite has its own AC.
Circulate air,
and that's a healthy thing to know.
Right. Yeah, so we have radiant heat for the winter months, obviously, and then the self-sufficient air conditioning for each unit. So we don't have ducts with a TS.
Yeah, ducts with a quack
in the pond. We have both here. Actually, we have one here. Because the ductwork actually does attract that dirt and those germs, and so when you're checking out of a place and checking back in a place that shares all those germs and everything's recycled, and that's why people get sick when they travel. And so this is nice because we don't have to worry about that. Every unit is contained. Okay, so that's cool. That's a good thing for people to know too when they're booking anywhere they're going. So that's good. So you have the lavender room, which is lovely. Yes, because we have lavender fields that are absolutely beautiful to visit when they're in bloom in the summer, and that's over in Palisade. So everything's themed to this area. The vineyard room. The vineyard to celebrate the wines, of course. That's the vineyard room. Yeah. And then we have 2 rivers, which is a celebration of then why Grand Junction is called Grand Junction, because it's the junction of the Colorado and Gunnison River.
Okay.
And then the monument, obviously, the monument room. And then we have Kokopelli, because we have the Kokopelli trails over in Fruta, and that's the slight bicycling community over there.
That's right, because this is a big cycling and mountain biking.
Absolutely, it's huge, the trails. And
I saw people cycling on that rim trail, and I'm like, dude,
I know.
they're amazing, aren't they?
I was getting out of breath just checking them out. And I checked some of them out.
Yes, you did. And I'm like, could you just steer a little bit to the left?
No, but it's such a beautiful area. It just seems like even the town everything's just pretty with the green.
Yes,
the architecture is cool here.
Yeah, the old town historic area that you drove through to get to downtown, it's beautiful. The old homes.
Yeah, there's
the restoration of those homes down there.
So what do you enjoy now that you're an innkeeper? You've got your dream come true a little early, right?
Yes.
It's a good time to start it, right?
Right. I enjoy it a lot longer.
I know. So, you get started. What are you enjoying the most so far?
I think the meeting people, that's my favorite part. And then
with wine.
With wine.
Or if you don't have wine, there's other things
sparkling
too.
cider.
Yes.
And so that's my top favorite piece. And then the second is cooking and baking, because that fills my bucket. And then the redecorating of the rooms, and then our room, this dining area down here in the kitchen, redoing everything.
Very contemporary, yet very stylish, and there's like
it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's welcoming. That's a better word.
That's a word, Nancy.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. May I say that this is a wonderful wine?
It's beautiful. It's one of their dry reds.
Yeah, I like this. And it's a blend.
Yes, it is.
We always like a blend.
We like a blend.
She said blend.
Blend.
Blend
radio.
There it is. And Castle Creek Manor, everyone, go to your website, give everybody.
CastleCreekManor.com.
CastleCreekManor.com, very easy. Also, you're on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes, we are.
Hook them up.
Yeah.
Get hooked up.
Get hooked up. Check availability. Book early.
Are you going to do packages?
Yes, and so with this whole thing kind of calming down and people starting to feel comfortable, we're going to start introducing packages. Hopefully some golf packages, some anniversary packages, and things like that. Do you think people come at specific times? Is it pretty year-round? So we tend to be really busy from like April to October-ish, and then we enter our slow season. But actually February this year was busier than February of last year, according to our books. And I think it had to do with, we just did the grand opening on February 2nd.
She caused a stir.
Yeah, I caused a ruckus, and then people were just booking with us, which is great because we're centrally located to everything. And then do you do a lot of festivals? I know just before you did the wine festival, we were talking about that. Is this an event kind of community? Yes, there's a lot of events. We usually have Country Jam. A lot of them have been canceled this year, but Country Jam's out in Loma, and that's not too far from here. But a lot of people will stay here in this area, so we always get booked weeks and weeks in advance. So when there's festivals going on and people know they're coming, they have to book early because our whole town gets booked up. Okay, so check that out. And the website for Grand Junction is Visit Grand Junction? Visit Grand Junction. Yeah, check it out, everyone. Thank you so much for having us and putting up with us. I think putting up with us, but I think we've been pretty good. You've been fantastic. We didn't drink all her wine yet. I just love having people to drink with. I know, this is awesome. And under the gazebo, that's the best. That's the best. We love the gazebo. Jim Ostick, we're coming for you with a gazebo photo. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you.